Hello, everybody. I am here with the illustrious and glorious and so happy to be here with my dear friend, colleague, former co-worker at TWA, and gorgeous, squishy. I don't even know. Here's my description of Sonia: the most loving, authentic, pure-hearted person I know, who I always looked forward to the day that she put her hands on my head, on my body, on my face, on my whatever, to and just her mere presence just brings light into the room. Truly, just an innocent, brilliant spirit. So I am so happy that everyone gets to kind of, I get to say that in front of everyone so that everyone kind of gets to know you as I know you.
Oh,
So,
my eyes are watering.
oh, yay for sprinklers. So, yay.
Okay, it's been a good interview. I cried.
There, it's successful. At least one person cried.
Yes, exactly.
I did a good job.
We did it.
So here's the dealio, everybody. Agents of Awakening is all about people who actually, much like an article I recently wrote, it's about people that are willing to have the courage to not get caught up in the everyday doldrums, to not get caught up in the everyday drama. And these days, of course, there's a lot of it. They're committed. They're pointed in the direction of what's possible for themselves and for humanity. And it's not because they just had a blessed, easy life necessarily. Some of them did. All of these agents of awakening had something happen, just like the rest of us, and more than one thing happened, many of us. And so that could have taken us off track. But instead, we took all the stuff that's happened to us and all the stuff that's currently happened, and we let it supercharge us to create the future that we want. So I want everyone, if you have not already, headed over to facebook.com/Agents of Awakening. That is the place where we're building a new tomorrow. And our homework for the week is watch the movie Tomorrowland. Best movie ever, especially the last half. You kind of got to watch the first half to get the juiciness of the last half, but it's so good. So that's where we live. But Sonia Sonia's up in, where are you living right now, Sonia?
In Stouffville, Ontario.
Yes, in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
And Sonia is, you grew up with a sister and a brother, yeah?
Yes.
And in like 2 minutes or less, what would you say, and see if you could relate, you guys, what would you say was like the greatest lesson you learned?
Mm.
From having that family?
Mm-hmm.
Was it around, I mean, I see you always as relentlessly becoming yourself and not willing to fit into the pigeonhole of what got projected on you.
Yes, that's where I'm at now, but that wasn't what was happening then. Sorry, go ahead.
Did you find yourself then feeling like there were a lot of shoulds and ways that you should have been to get the acceptance of everyone around you?
Yes. Yeah. It definitely, much like you were sharing in the 3 videos you did recently about the new operating system, the contrast of that is super catalyzed even more my desire for harmony and getting along. And especially when you don't see things the same way. Like, how do you agree to disagree? How can each person be right for themselves and everybody else be okay with it? And so me being the eldest,
Yeah.
all right, being the
Yay
eldest.
for being the eldest, by the way. Here's my cup. Here's my cup for the morning, Sonia.
Nice. Nice.
So.
But actually, I do believe in humans.
Yes, I believe in
now
humans
more
too.
than ever. But it's very cute.
That was the unicorn speaking, not me.
Yes, I know. Yeah. So there was a lot of those projections of, I should know better. I'm responsible for how other people's life turn out. And I did internalize that. And did kind of take that on.
And did you find from taking that on what ended up happening, as with many of us, when we live to get the approval or fit in or whatever it is, did you find yourself not trusting yourself anymore? Like you weren't even listening to your own instincts.
Yeah, half the time. There was a saying I learned from you, which is driving with one foot on the gas and one foot on the brake. And so I can definitely see that I was kind of like in hiding. It's like, well, I'm going to do this over here. So that's the foot on the gas. Like, I'm going to go forward and be me, but I'm not going to show you I'm doing something different, thinking that they didn't notice. But having done so much work with you, I realized that I wasn't fooling anyone, least of all myself. Yeah.
Do you know one of the most like, I really know you. You lived with us for a while with your with your gorgeous daughter.
Yes, she's so cute.
Oh my God. And now she's like not just cute, she's beautiful. So
yes.
Just like your mommy. So one of the things that I get is that you were in the perfect marriage. I don't want to talk about the other person, but you were in the perfect marriage where the other person had extremely strong opinions. What a great way to know yourself, right? Like if you're ever going to trust yourself, there's a person to push the button to get there. Yeah.
Definitely. I would say it was the rocket launching button. It wasn't the easy button. It was to launch the rocket and go through that,
So can I tell you one of my favorite times with you?
Sure.
And
I'm curious what that is.
It's not going to be what you expect.
Probably not.
When someone finds their voice or starts finding themselves or starts trusting themselves, so this is along the lines of be your own guru. Okay. Yeah. So when you're your own guru, when you've been working with someone to find your way home and it's time to move on. So you were working with us. And then for a long time, I don't know how many years, but for a lot of years, and everybody loved you, nothing wrong, all good. And then one day it was time to go. For me, you saying yes to yourself and moving in another direction was such a, like how, so tell everybody what it felt like and what it feels like to, even though everything is good, it's like you were choosing the or better. You were choosing what's next. See, I bet you are surprised. That is my favorite. That was like, so.
Yeah, I'm just having like a whole rewiring right now because the first thing that came to me was it was full circle because the first marriage I left because it was so bad.
Yeah.
So the degree to how bad it was that I thought I had to leave. With you, the degree to how good it was that I chose me. Not me, but whatever is calling. And it didn't have to be horrible. Like it was so good. Oh my God, it was so good.
Like you're either catalyzed by pain or inspired by a vision for your future, right?
Yeah. And either one works.
Yeah, it's so good, dude. And so How
I
have
much prefer my personality and my body system, much prefer.
Yeah, it was safe, right? You could have stayed because we became family. Well, we still are family, but
Yeah.
there's a certain safety in family, and everybody doesn't know that, you had quite a shock a few years ago when, your parents no longer were here. So
Yeah.
it was actually a bigger move than one thinks. It was a
Yeah.
really big move, right? It's like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, so we're all up to big things. So you had a vision for being able to, um, I can't put it any other way than you help people feel beautiful inside and out. I mean, if you're working on their outside, they're going to start talking about their insides anyways. If you're talking about their inside, they're going to end up getting their, like, Sonia does, like, I would say, cosmic aesthetics.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So, she hasn't colored my hair today, but she used to do my hair and all that kind of stuff, along with just being her shiny self and inspiring people, which she also does, and yoga and all sorts of stuff. But you're moving forward, wanting to move into the world of that beautiful inside and out empowerment of people, mostly women, yeah.
Yeah.
And so how is it, and I say this, you guys, because in the world of Agents of Awakening, it doesn't as long as you're on purpose, you changing your world and being on your purpose and being your piece of the puzzle matters, because you're a microcosm of the greater macrocosm. So, sure, Sonia might volunteer and do other kind of works, but I want you to know that even having the courage to go on and become you and do what you were born to do and change people's lives the way you do, that microcosm gives other people permission. You become the embodiment or the walking permission for people to be able to be passionate about the reason they were born. That's why I'm talking to Sonia today. So think about this as your activation of permission to be who you came here to be. So Sonia, one of the key ingredients we talk about is you need community, or you need support around you. How did you find the support, and how did you find the support? And you kind of had to weed through the kind of support you wanted too. So how did you do that? And what's the kind of support that you got? Because right now we can't get there by ourselves, right? It's like we can, but it'll be a struggle and take forever.
Yeah, we can, but it's more fun with others. Um, well, I would say it found me and it's evolved. And honestly, guys, seriously, this is not a plug, but I've known Jen for 10 years. And through all the tumultuous things that I've been through, Jen, one of the great things that one of your gifts was building a community for us, like way back when. And, I, like through quantum wake-up calls that are now heart sparks, and just all of the ways, and through those programs, through your parenting one, I met my best friend in the whole wide world.
Aww.
Michelle Baker, remember?
Yeah, we love her.
Yeah, and so many others, Tina, so many of my friends that I have now came through you. And so, like, I am so appreciative every single day for you following your yes, because you were that walking embodiment. So now I get to pay it forward.
I totally love you, Sonia, and thank you for saying that. And what I know about you is you have been relentlessly seeking community. You are like the networker. I just want everyone to know that Sonia, if anyone has seen the 7 steps to living a magnetic life, or 7 steps document, you'll see one of the main ingredients is like developing community. Another thing that Sonia embodies is, because I don't know, did like, were you looking for soul family? Because it seems like you're so excited to find connection with people. And I
Yeah.
see that connection making you thrive. I feel like
Yeah.
you embody that the new internet is developing real relationships. Like, people are the
Yeah.
new internet, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's what I've always wanted. And now, through using all the different tools, it feels safe to be here. It feels safe to be me, because it wasn't for a long time. And now, so first I needed to feel safe to be here. And then once I was in that space for quite a while, I realized, okay, I this is old. Like, I didn't need to feel safe anymore. I'm just like, okay, I can just be me. And through all the things I experienced, my parents transitioning, aunts and uncles, really the gift of life and death has like not made me like, I'm so much more catalyzed to release resistance so that I can enjoy being here because I want to be here.
Yeah. Yeah. And it almost is like, you know how they say a downward spiral? It's almost
Yeah,
like this upward self-perpetuating spiral,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
So,
Mm-hmm.
so the last thing I want to ask, which is curious, I'm curious,
Mm,
and I know the answer for me, but I don't know the answer for you, which
okay.
is like, how, do you think it, do you think we have to feel better about ourselves first and then go and seek people? Or is it in the finding your soul family that you start to get reflected back to you how awesome you are? Like, is it like, or is it black and white like that, or is it a dance?
Well, my answer is always dance. It's the answer to everything.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Which means
um,
you have to be willing to do both.
yes, you have, yeah, it's definitely been both. Like, there were times where I felt like, um, okay, once I fix me, or once, then once I'm feeling like this, then I can do. But then I realized, oh, well, that could be a while, and I want to have fun along the way. So then I realized, when I had a shift in perspective that everything is coming to me and everything is like happening, like, look, I asked, something happens, and then I realized, I had this like fleeting thought, and it happened. So then I realized by living life that it's happening and it's my choice which way I'm looking to see how it's happening
Yeah.
for me, right?
Yeah.
So definitely in the living of my life and having new perspectives and new understandings, the confidence in myself came, but definitely going in the direction of I love feeling good.
Yeah.
That definitely inspires me, and not feeling good from ego, but from like my soul and my spirit being fulfilled,
Yeah.
which means my connection to all that is in the universe, which is me. And then that's like through me, then I have all the energy and vitality and joie de vivre
Yeah.
to like, inspiration to do what I'm feeling my heart is asking me to.
It's like living at a different frequency, right? You're like a
Yeah.
relentless champion of your frequency, and I haven't seen you lately pretty much like you're like lickety split to get out of the ickiness.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
very
something
fast
else.
compared to before.
So, Miss Sonia, if someone wants to find out more about you, what's your website address?
Oh, well, my website is under construction, but you can find me on Instagram. I
Okay.
stay there a lot.
Okay. What is your
My
handle?
handle, it's at the Zen Room N, the letter N, studio.
Yeah,
Mhm.
at the Zen Room and Studio.
Yeah.
Cool. And what will be your website?
Well, I have to find it.
Okay, we'll post it as it comes. So,
Yeah.
you guys, Sonia's awesome. She's there in Southern Ontario. She's a holistic esthetician. She does yoga, and she instructs yoga, and she does all sorts of really cool stuff. Can't wait for you to find out more about her. But in the meantime, this is really about Agents of Awakening, and Sonia is definitely one of those. Someone who has the courage to be herself regardless of what's going on around. What you don't know is that without any money, she made it on one of our wide-making adventures all the way down in Bimini to swim with dolphins. And she figured out a way to pay. I don't know how the hell she did it. She actually did our most valued program, flight school, manifested that too, although I think that her mother manifested it for her. She's this cosmic, magical, and it's because for me, it's because she's a relentless champion of her vibration. Such an inspiration. I hope you guys got something from today. I hope you heard something for yourself. Again, go over to facebook.com and /Agents of Awakening and join there. We'll be telling you about people that are doing really cool projects, and we'll also be sharing people who are just like you and me in the world, who are just having courage in their everyday life. And give a big hug to Kiara. Sonia, thank you for being on Agents of Awakening.
Hugs to Adam for me, if you can.
I will. Love to you. Can't wait for next week on Friday at 9:30 Eastern time. You can go and look at a world clock for what time that is for you. You can always watch the replay. What a great way to get inspired for your weekend. Love you, Sonia.
Love you, Jennifer.
Love you.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.